Welcome back to the channel. Today is a very exciting day. I have been working on this for quite some time, and what is happening today is they are clearing out the rest of the junkyard shop. So you guys know I've been using this part of the junkyard shop. All my stuff is nice and organized over there, but what I have been working on since the beginning of the year is having them clear out the rest of their stuff from the rest of the shop. So they're gonna remove these racks right here because I don't need those. They're just taking up space, and I'm keeping all of the racks in here. So everything over here that my stuff's on, this rack right here, and they'll probably take, they'll probably take that, they'll probably take that, and they'll probably take a bunch of their other stuff because it doesn't need to be in here any longer, which I'm very excited about. So this part of the shop is a lot larger, and it's just full of pallet racks. They use it to store parts, which now it's all gonna be mine, which is very exciting. So what's happening today is we're going to be moving everything out of the shop. This thing is gonna be 100% cleared out, and I'm very excited about it. So once this is cleared out, I'll be able to clean everything up, and then I'll be able to move everything from my other shop over to here. Ready. Woo! But I think I need to work on my technique to get to land flat.
All right, let's see it, man. Tag me.
Nope. Ooh, like contractor, Jim. been working for the past 3 days, and that's what the time lapse was. The past 3 days of moving all of this stuff out of here, and there's still a little bit of stuff that they need to come get. But for the most part, I helped them move all the engines. I took down most of the pallet racks, all the wood that was on the pallet racks. This one pallet rack right here is built in, so this is gonna stay. I kind of wanted it to go, but it's kind of nice that it's there because it has that extra extension up there. We'll go up there in a second, but and then this wheel rack. They said I could have this wheel rack. They're gonna take all their other wheel racks, and the air compressor, I guess, is gonna stay, and the rest of this stuff. Well, let's go up there really quick. So now we are up here, and it is really cool up here. So this whole area, the whole, you know, everywhere there's a bathroom and there's an office, there is an upstairs. So we'll go over there in a sec, but it's really cool because you can see, you know, right now the 240Z's right there. I just moved it from under the lift because I cleaned this area. I'm probably gonna hose it down in here and squeegee out, but it's just really cool to be able to stand up here, see the cars, and see what's going on. Also, over here, I'm gonna use this area to park cars. I'll probably have 4 of them right there, and then it won't take up shop space. Then I'll have this whole space over here open. I have this whole loft up here for parts and headliners and all this stuff that's down here right now. I'll have up here, which will be really nice. Over there, we'll go over there in a sec, but I plan on putting maybe a couch up here because it's just really cool chilling over there. You can see everything that's going on over in the shop, but there is just a ton of stuff that's still in here that they need to come get. So, I mean, as you guys remember, this pallet rack has to stay because it's connected to like the office and the building. But other than that, the one that was next to it, the one that was over there, the, you know, 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, then the row that was against the wall is all going, which is just really, really awesome. And I'll just have so much room to be able to work on stuff. Let's head over there really quick. This is the other spot, and you can see I was just over there, but it's just really cool because it's open right here. This is probably not technically safe for, I don't know, for insurance purposes, but I'm not really, you know, there's not very many people that come over to the shop when I'm working on stuff. Actually, there's like nobody, but it's just cool. I'll probably put a couch somewhere right here, and it'll just be cool to be able to, you know, chill and be able to see everything that's going on. Or I could like hang a TV or something. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen over here, but it's just really nice to have this much space and finally have my own shop because, you know, it's, well, I've been renting shops, but, you know, it's just nice to not have to worry about having multiple places and having stuff scattered everywhere. Now I'll have all my tools here. I'll have all my projects here. We'll be able to get so much work done, so many things done. Like the 240Z, I've been kind of putting this off because it's been just stuffed in a corner. But now, you know, I have a lot of parts for it. I could just jump back and forth to projects like the FD. I need to paint the engine bay. The Pulsar DTR, I want to paint the engine bay. The 240SX, I need to get the engine, you know, I need to get all the structure in the front replaced. The Durango, first thing I'm going to do is once everything is cleared out of here, I'll clean the floor, the inflatable paint booth, and be able to finally get the Durango painted, cleared, all back together, and not have parts everywhere. But really, at this point, I have so much room that it's not going to be that big of a problem anymore. So all this space up here, I'll actually retain all this. They're going to take you know, all the rest of their merchandise out of here, that, you know, all their just random knickknacks that have been sitting here and just accumulating over the past, I think they have had this yard since like the 50s or the 70s or something, for a very, very long time. So it's just really cool to clean all this stuff out because there has been just a bunch of just old stuff and stuff they didn't even think they still had. And they're just like, oh man, you know, if we had this for the past, you know, 50 years, we could have sold it. But, you know, duck. Then over here we have the other lift where the 240's on, and you could just kind of, it's just cool. This whole loft situation is cool because I can come up here and just check stuff out. And I'll get the 240 off of the 4-post. I kind of want to get rid of this 4-post because it's just way too big and it's just in a weird spot. You can see how far forward it is and how much room in the back. So, you know, I might get a smaller one and then just move it, you know, move it back. I might end up putting a 4-post over there. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but we'll just kind of start working in here after it's cleaned up and do things as we can. I mean, as I can get lifts and 4-posts and things like that, and I'll start revamping the shop over there, because this is only half the shop. So this is going to be, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use this for, but I have the work on stuff shop over there, which is going to be cleaned out, and then I could, you know, organize stuff, have a lot more room, because I'm not going to be just confined to that. Instead of being confined to that, I have this whole building, which is really nice. So yeah, let's, you know, today I'm going to go home. It's been a long 3 days getting it to where it is now. And then tomorrow and the next day, probably by the end of the week, probably by Sunday, they'll have all their stuff finally out of here. They said that might up here take, it might take a little bit of time for them to come get all this stuff. And I told them that's not that big of a deal. So they'll get all this stuff out of here. And then I'll have this whole space. I probably need to do something with the lighting. The lighting isn't very good. There's like this shitty fan right there. I kind of want to get one of those big ass fans and put it in here. But I was thinking maybe LED lighting and just go across both these beams and really just lighten it up in here. So I have enough light. So when I'm working on stuff here at night, I don't have to worry about not being able to see stuff. I just want it to be like my old house. When you turn the lights on, it was like being in the sun. So we'll do that here eventually, but first I need to get this cleaned up, get some projects finished. I mean, I need to get the charger down here, need to get the Durango finished, need to get the charger finished. I want to get the Pulsar down here, the Supra, etc., etc. So let's go home, come back tomorrow, more time lapse, finish this up, help him clean it, and just get everything ready to go. Oh, the oil burning stove thing is going to stay. I need to figure out how to get that thing to work, because it's never worked, and we'll figure that out. Start off in the old shop. So as you can see behind me, there's no car sitting at the lift, and there's no car sitting at the other side. So we have a nice open shop. I need to sweep everything up because I've been working on the charger subframe, and I still need to clean a bunch of stuff. They need to get this rack right here and all these wheels, as well as that shelf and all the stuff up in here. But as you can see, the Durango is in here, the GTO is in here, and the Z and the 240 is still on the lift. But look at all of this room. Man, it echoes now. There's nothing in here, but look at all the room I have. I'm going to be able to finally paint the Durango Hellcat. I have been waiting so long to paint this. It has been sitting just waiting for me to be able to blow the booth up, and now I can. So I'm going to be working on that very, very soon. But I'm just happy that it's finally cleaned up. Like I said, they need to get the rest of the stuff right there, this shelf, the wheels, those racks, etc. But since I cleaned this place out, there was probably like 100 airbags or so that I'm never going to sell, and we'll just go ahead and, I don't know, I'll probably do 10 of them, and we'll just set them off. I have my extension cord to hook them up to, and I think I'll try to launch some cinder blocks. There's some cinder blocks in the building, maybe break some glass. We'll see what happens. I have endless possibilities at the junkyard now. The airbag setup, trying to hit that van right there. Hell yeah. These ones are the big ones. Oh, big, so. Woo-wee. Fire in the hole. Woo! They're kind of sketchy because after you fire them off, these ones right there are kind of smoldering, And oh, those ones smell weird. Whew, the older ones. Ugh. So now that I'm finished decommissioning some airbags, it's a lot of fun, and I have hundreds of them. I probably could dedicate a whole video to doing it, which I may end up doing, but we'll see. I'm just very happy that the shop is finally coming together. It was a ton of work to clean this place up. They had stuff here from, you know, I think they owned this since the 70s, the 50s or the 70s, something like that. I don't think this building was here, but the old building that I was stuffing a bunch of stuff into was, I think, the original building, and I think that was here at least, you know, 50s or 70s, something like that. So it has been here a long time, and I think this building was built maybe in the 70s. I don't know. I probably could get the history from the owner of the other junkyard, but I'm just happy that this shop is coming together, and I have so much space now. I have all of the cars that I want to park in here, besides a bunch of other ones that I still need to bring over, like the Pulsar GTIR, the Supra, the 3000 GT, the FD, probably the FC. I'm going to need quite a few lifts in here, so I kind of want to get rid of this, replace it. I need to do some stuff to the 240. It's just going to be really nice being able to just work on cars as I have parts, and, you know, instead of just being held up on something, and also not being held up on having, you know, the Durango or the GTO or whatever car I have sitting in the lift position. And I probably want to get a new lift, but you know, for now this is fine. And then I don't have to worry about, you know, I can park a car here, but I don't have to have it just sitting there. It's just really nice to have this space. Also, they're going to be cleaning up the upstairs, and like I've said, they need to get all that stuff, this and all the wheels. But besides that, I'll be able to store, you know, random stuff like the Tesla Model X hatch, the hatch for the Durango until I paint it, you know, random stuff like bumpers and the red eye charger hood, and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm just very, very excited, because it's been, you know, I've been looking for a shop for forever. I was looking at this house shop and I was going to buy it, but then the guy, I don't know, it was part of an FBI investigation, and they raided it because they're growing, I think, weed in there, and they busted out one of the garage doors, and there's a bunch of trash everywhere. I offered the guy $375 on it, and then he just wasn't interested. He wanted $374, but there was a lot next to it that was 3 acres or something, so it would have been almost 7 acres total. And, you know, he wanted like $90,000 for the other lot, which was already, you know, like $40,000 or $50,000 overpriced. So I think my offer was fair that I gave him, because I would have had to clean up a bunch of trash. But even though it would have been a good video and content, but to him and to me, that's besides the point, because I have to still figure that I have to clean all that stuff up and get rid of all the stuff and fix the garage door, because he wanted to sell it as is, pretty much as a foreclosure, but he wanted top dollar for it. So, and it still hasn't sold. I think I told him, I was like, hey man, when you still have this 6 months from now, let me know, because I'll give you $300,000. But and he wasn't too happy about that. But that's besides the point. I'm just really happy that this is all coming together. We have some cars down here. I can actually start working on stuff, get the Durango painted. I probably am going to end up painting this. I have this scheduled to be tuned by the guy that tuned my FD. He's also going to tune the Grand Prix. Hopefully I can make close to 500 horsepower on this. I don't think the Grand Prix will make that much. If the Grand Prix makes 450, I'll be very, very excited. Then I can start working on the Z. A lot of people were asking me about the Z and what was going on with it, and they're like, you should put an RB in it. I have an RB30 for this thing, so it'll be an RB30. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do this. I pretty much stripped it a long time ago, and then started, you know, I was going to paint it, dustless blasting, everything got warped, my hood got warped. Just I'm really happy that I didn't have him do the body, because he was supposed to. And then after I saw the hood and the fenders, I was just very thankful that I didn't have him start on this first. So I'm going to end the video here. Very excited about the progress with the shop and everything, and setting off airbags and actually being able to work on stuff. We'll get the Pulsar, this, you know, all the Supra and everything down here. But I'm going to end the video here. If you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, thumbs up, throw a comment below. As always, see you guys next time.